I'm on my motorcycle. This is a vlog I'm making to document my thoughts. Why am I doing this? Because I think it's important for an individual to observe and document one's inner thinkings in order to make more concrete, competent outer doings. So, better inner action, inner thought is equal to better outer action. The process I'm using is a flywheel called OD, OD as in Garfield's dog, but also OD as in observe and document. I think it's a simple flywheel, there's not much to it, it's not a complicated template that's difficult to follow. It's as simple as I observe what's going on inside of me, outside, around me, and then I document it. I've been doing a lot of that through text on my blog and on Twitter, of course, but I'd also like to do the same on video. So that's why I started this channel. Why am I doing it on a motorcycle? Because I think, well, I just love motorcycles, that's one. Two is, I think they're an incredibly powerful toy to play with in today's world because it allows you to stay on that precipice, on that edge of safety and danger. Like a motorcycle is something that isn't designed to self-balance. It's on me to stay balanced, and if I fall, that's on me too. Also, while riding, it's another liminal space of time wherein I have left a certain point and I'm heading towards another point on the map. While recording, I'm in that liminal space between these two places. I have left, but I have yet to arrive. I think it's a trippy space to think and flow with thoughts and ideas. I give myself a prompt and then I just play around with what pops into my head, which is what I'm doing right now. How often will I be vlogging? Well, a daily vlog is what I'm aiming at, but I might be vlogging a dozen times a day even, if that's how often I'm writing and how often I get thoughts and ideas. So expect prolific output. What else? Well, I do love motorcycles, so there will be a lot of motorcycle related content, which is what I'm going to be vlogging about. But that's more from a philosophical perspective, because I think philosophy is the root and basis of everything you do in life, whether it's riding, feeding, fucking, or fighting. Everything primal, everything frivolous, everything casual, everything serious has its roots in some form of philosophical contemplation, which is what I'm sharing real time with you. And I hope for those contemplations to turn into conversations whereby we can interact and engage in the comment section. So if you have thoughts, if you have ideas, if you have questions, if you're uncertain about certain something, if you're feeling extremely certain about something that I have said which sounded uncertain, yeah, the idea is to have some sort of a conversation around my personal contemplations. A public conversation over a personal contemplation. That sounds like what I'd name my comment section. I still don't know what I'm going to call my channel. As for what you can expect, there's no limit to what I would be talking about. What am I less likely to talk about? Things that don't affect me. When I say affect me, we live in a world where everything has repercussions. Each one's actions are affecting another one way or another. But I like to keep my circle of concern and my circle of influence narrow enough for me to be able to give dedicated attention to what goes on inside of me and around me in a smaller radius. That said, if there are conversations in the comments that bring something up, I might be likely to talk about that as well. There's a certain urgency to being on the move when you're making content. There might be long pauses where I'm thinking of something, or there may be none because I tend to speak as I think, and that lets me flow effortlessly and lets words and thoughts out in a Freudian slip of sorts. Sometimes I may say something which I wasn't actually intending to, but just popped out of my head. And other times it may have been a result of not just hours, but years of deliberate contemplation. What else would you like to know about this channel? Like I said, it is a personal channel, so there will be plenty of me in it. Well, probably all of me and nothing else but me. And if that's interesting, stick along. You know how to do that. All that like, share, subscribe jazz. You don't need to be told what to do. If you think this is dangerous to be blogging, I keep using the word blogging because I'm just so used to it. I don't really watch too many vlogs, so I don't have much of an idea what kind of content to create, which means there's going to be less clickbaity stuff and more off the cuff, free flowing stream of consciousness creations. There's going to be very little editing, if at all. I might just slap some background music and push it up here. But other than that, it's going to be raw production. I think the production quality is adequately high. Anything beyond this is going to be a lot of friction, which would force me to create less. So expect just the right amount of production value to keep your attention on this space without frustration. If you have any other questions, feel free to ask. What kind of people would benefit from watching this video or this channel? I think people who are curious, that's primarily my target audience. Age no bar, because I think that's pretty much what distinguishes people from one another these days. Everything else, your social status, your gender, none of that really matters all that much. Age is one of those few things which still holds quite some importance, simply because your lens of viewing things is relatively set as you grow older, while for those younger it seems to be a lot more flexible. So talking about younger and older, if you didn't know, I'm obsessed with why and how adults, that is grown up, should be playing more like children and animals. So there's going to be a lot of content around play, and that's pretty much my passion, my obsession, and everything that I am thinking about all day long. That's another subject for you to ask me questions around. Of course, even if you don't ask me questions, I'm going to keep talking, rambling, yakking away at glory. Because for me, it feels like this is a space that is extremely private, yet impactfully public. So, which brings me to the point about how sensitive is the content that I'm making. Is there going to be topics that are taboo? Sure, plenty of them, if not all, because I think nothing is really taboo. Everything is divine in that manner of speaking, and nothing is out of bounds. That said, I do realize the responsibility of saying things on the internet and how easily they can be misconstrued. Hard to say where my personal responsibility lies and where your blame begins. That said, I'd like to play freely and fully without curtailing my expression. So I'll try to say as free flowing as possible in these spaces. There you go. I think that's pretty much all I have to say at this point of time as to what this vlog is about, what this channel is about, what I'm going to be talking about, why I'm doing this, how often I'm going to be doing this, why you ought to like, share, and subscribe to this space. And value is something that I don't aim to offer you, but I expect you to hunt, dig, and pull out for yourself. I may say a lot of things, I will be saying a lot of things, some of which might benefit you, some of which might not. But the truth is that it's all on you. How much you benefit from it is based on what you can pull out of it. Whether positive or negative, there's always a way to take inputs and turn them into something that helps you grow, helps you glow, and just helps you enjoy the life that you have. If you find this information that's extremely valuable and you'd like me to go a little deeper, you're free to throw it in the comments, because one man's garbage is another man's treasure. We all know that. I'm not going to be playing to the masses here, but I intend to play to individual desires and curiosities. There's also going to be plenty of content around my new book, which is Be Fault Friendly, which essentially talks about why we ought to be more comfortable failing and falling, and how that's the key to greatness.